Good evening, everybody. It's me, the Worm, and I'm back with more Steins Gate. Well, I suppose it's not necessarily evening for you, is it? Well, it's not even evening. It's very late at night for me right now. But I'm here nonetheless because Steins Gate must go on. Yes, so it must. And I've had time to think about last time. And well, let's just talk about it a bit. First things first. Let's mention the vegetables. Last time I was a bit bamboozled, to be honest. The idea that the message that we sent for Lukaku's mother to eat vegetables and that would be enough of a change to, well, for one, it was enough of a change to change anything at all, was quite something. But then that it actually did what our characters were attempting to do. It changed Lukaku's it made Lukaku be born a girl. And, well, after having some time to think about it now, I'm less bamboozled than I was. Not that I think that, it makes sense or anything like that, but I was trying to put it in perspective, and I was thinking, well, let's think about this for a second. My suspension of disbelief so far. We accept that we've accidentally created a time machine out of a microwave, and that there is a secret globe-spanning evil organization that is trying to take over the world, I guess, through time travel. So, we're already dealing with a lot. And yet now suddenly this vegetable thing is is the straw that breaks the camel's back. That's what's going to throw me off. So, no, do I like it? Do I think it makes sense? No. But I think we're just going to have to move past it. It is what it is. What I'm more interested in is how that change caused us to lose the IBN 5100. That still hasn't been explained as of yet. So that's what I'm interested in. I'm sort of willing to write off the whole vegetables thing as a kind of a joke or just something where we have to accept and move on from. So that's that. Secondly, I guess, I already talked about this at the end of last episode, so I don't really need to rehash the whole thing, but, yeah, I just wasn't... Just Okabe's whole behavior there. Even if Lukaku was a guy, that'd still be a weird thing to do. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna end up ignoring that ever happened. Because that's kind of how I feel at the moment. I just kind of want to move on from that. Lukaku was a girl. This experiment was a success. We don't need to deal with that. Although, okay, you know what? There is one thing that I was thinking of that I thought was interesting. So Lukaku, let's think back. The original motivation for Lukaku wanting to become a girl was that Lukaku felt that becoming a girl would lead to him gaining confidence in himself. And remember, in one of those previous episodes, I mentioned how it's not that Lukaku thinks that girls have it easy just by default, but it's just that he thought that in his particular life, had he been a girl, things would have been easier for him. And yet, I think in that last episode, we saw an example where that might not actually have been the case. They were having a discussion, that is Lukaku and Mayuri, about cosplay and particular, I think, going to the beach at some point. And what we noticed was Lukaku was very self-conscious still. And so it seems that although Lukaku has changed sex, Lukaku is still very similar to how... I mean, I'm kind of getting confused on... I guess I should say she now. Lukaku is very self-conscious about what she seems to think is almost a boyish figure. And she wishes that her body was more feminine. So clearly, just changing her gender was not enough to make everything hunky-dory. There's still, you know, I mean, presumably Lukaku as a girl has lived a similar life, but a different life nonetheless. And yeah, I'll be interested to hear I'll be interested if we hear more about Lukaku and how she has grown up. Because Lukaku should be a bit more okay with being a shrine maiden now, right? And I think what we have seen with Mayuri is Lukaku is much more willing to engage with that. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we'll just have to see more of that. Alright, I think that's enough for me rambling. Let's actually see what's going on here. We got some mail from Part-Time Warrior. That's right. Part-Time Warrior Suzuha was going to try and meet her dad today. So let's see here. Going to infiltrate now. What should I do? I'm so nervous. I can't see my own heart like peeking through frosted glass. Wish me luck over now. Good luck. Good luck, Suzuha. I hope you're able to meet him. Let's see here. I think I have to click to the next line. Okay. Let's start with Okabe. What has he got to say?
これより作戦名エルドフリームニルの概要について説明する。
And let's see here. Okay. Forgive me, Norse people. Eldhrimnir? Eldhrimnir. Maybe. In Norse mythology, the large cauldron used to cook for the gods. Okay. I'm a bit surprised to see Lukaku here, but sure. The only lab mems here today are Mayuri, Krisu, and Lukaku. I couldn't get a hold of Faris or Moeka, they must be busy. Daru, meanwhile, gave me some crap about having things to do. Wow. Him having things to do? I don't believe it. I was prepared for Lukaku to refuse my invitation, but since she's here, I guess she's forgiven me For now, at least. Yeah, what is your relationship now? Presumably still friends. Although, while Lukaku was a boy, they had that whole mentor-student dynamic going on. Well, with the Samadare and stuff like that. I wonder if that still goes on or not.
お前たちにはこれから宴会用の買い出しに行ってもらう。
I've already explained to the lab mems what Suzuha told me yesterday.
あんたは何するの？
俺か？俺はこれからバイト選手を尾行し、状況を逐一報告。
Really? That feels a bit like prying, but okay.
やめなさいよ、悪趣味だな。親子水入らずにさせてやれ。
いちいち突っかかるな、クリスティーナ。お前は人間の心理というものを理解していない。人というのはそうやって一周されると意地でも自らの意志を通したくなってしまうのだ。
独善的すぎ。
そもそもクリスティーナよ、お前とバイト選手は対立していたはずだ。にもかかわらずそのような気遣いをするとは大した偽善ぶりだな。
あんたの行動が人としてダメすぎるんだろ。
そうだよ、邪魔するのはね、良くないと思うな。
Even during the strategy meeting, Mayuri keeps working on her costume. Lukaku hasn't agreed to wear it yet, but Mayuri's enthusiasm remains strong.
それよりもどんな結果になってもあったかく迎えてあげようよ。そのためにもね、マユシーは買い出しを張り切っちゃうつもりです。でも僕、その鈴葉さんという人と会ったことはないんですけど。鈴さんはね、とってもいい人だから、ルカちゃんもすぐに仲良くなれるよ。
いい人ね。
とにかく俺はこれから尾行を。
だからダメだっつってんでしょ。
女子の分際で俺に指図をするな。
In the end, I can't get permission to tail Suzuha.
逃げたら承知しないからな。
Uh-oh. You're under some strict supervision today, Okabe. Krisu's forcing me to help her with the shopping. There's no way out. Well, that's... okay, interesting. Damn it. Krisu is really turning into a class president character. At this rate, she might take over the lab. Wait, could this be what Suzuha was warning me about? Nah. Anyway, time to get my head in the game. We must prepare for the Last Supper. Operation Hremnir? The Last Supper refers to our party for Suzuha. In the event she reunites with her father, we'll just celebrate normally. In other words, it will be her last supper in Tokyo. However, if she doesn't reunite with her father, we'll kidnap her and force her to participate in our experiments. As you do, sacrifices must be made if we're going to perfect the D-mail technology. In that case, it will be the Last Supper on this world line. The lab's budget, most of which comes out of my pocket, is tight, but it's okay to party every once in a while. We're not naive enough to wish for things to be low risk, high return. High risk, high return. That is how a mad scientist operates. Mwahaha. I can already taste Suzuha's despair.
あら、あそこにいるのって。
Oh, is she gonna be here by coincidence? Did we just... Oh. No, hey, Daru. I followed Kurisu's finger to see Daru emerge from Yodobashi camera.
見つけたぞダル。
Get him, Okabe. I grab his collar to stop him from escaping.
お前、俺の招集に応じないとはどういうつもりだ。
だから用事があるって言ってんじゃん。
用事とは？
オフ
話にならんな。
会。いや、ちょっと聞いてくれよ。
オフ会とラボメンガールズの手作り料理が食べられるパーティー。お前はどちらを選ぶ？
手作りだと？一つ確認したい。そこにフェイリスタンはいますか？
Before Kurisu can answer that, I whisper to Daru.
無論だ。フェイリスもラボメンだからな。
そう、どうしてバッティングするんだよ。せめて明日にしてくれれば。
どうする？決断の時だ。お前自身が選択しろ。
フェイリスタンの手料理が食べたいです。
オフ会を諦めればそこで試合終了だよ。
諦める。僕はオフ会を諦めるぞ。
Daru surrenders all too quickly. When we return to the lab, Mayuri and Lukaku are already starting preparations. What I was going to say earlier is I can almost imagine, well, the idea that it would be Kurisu and Okabe out shopping. And, you know, you have that image of, like, the boyfriend holding the bags while waiting outside the stores for his girlfriend. Something like that is what I was picturing there.
あれれ、ダルくんがいるよ。
フェイリスタンはいずこに？
I think you may have gotten bamboozled.
橋田、あんた騙されてるわよ。
フェリスちゃんは来られないって言ってたけど。
Big oof. Big oof for you, Daru.
マジで？おいオカリン、これはどういうことだよ。ドッキリってレベルじゃねえぞ。
次の機会があったら話をつけておいてやる。
ふざけんなよ。せっかくのタイムマシンオフ会だったのに。
タイムマシンオフ会？何それ？
僕がよく見に行く SF 関係の BBS があるんだよ。そこのオフ会なんだ。プロの作家なんかも来る予定だったのに。僕はオカリンを許さない。絶対にだ。
なぜ先にそれを言わないのだ。そんなオフ会があるならば俺も言っていたのに。
Suddenly, I smell something strange.
何か異臭がしないか？
一周？
タコ足配線のしすぎでどこかの電源がショートしていないか？
すみません。
Lukaku's apologizing for something.
多分まゆりちゃんの作ってるお料理の匂いだと思います。
What? This is the smell of food?
私も手伝うわ。
あ卵を温めてもらって。
電話レンジ使う？
ダメです。生卵をレンジに入れたら爆発しちゃいます。
Uh-oh. I'm suddenly feeling very nervous.
ドアを剥ぎ取ったんだから大丈夫なんじゃない？
トトトトトントントトトトン。まゆりちゃん、そんな持ち方したら危ないよ。
What the hell is going on here? Daru and I exchange glances.
俺たちも手伝うべきか。むしろあのガールズどもをキッチンから排除すべきでは。
結果は同じじゃね。
めまいがしてきた。この現実を改変したい気分だ。
ハゲドオカリン、この恨み末代まで忘れん。
Yeah, that's okay. We'll jump world lines and we'll just forget about this forever.
本気ですまないと思っている。だがダル、俺と共に死んでくれ。
保険としてピザ頼んどくわ。
It only gets worse. The smoke grows thicker by the second, filling my lungs with ash and tar. In less than an hour, the girls have transformed the lab into a Class 5 disaster zone. I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。どうやら邪神の封印を解いてしまったらしい。もし1時間以内に連絡がなかったら、両親に愛していると伝えてくれ。
オカリン、それ死亡フラグ。
Death flag, a metafiction term. When a character triggers a death flag, they have said or done something that foreshadows their death. A common way to trigger a death flag is to make a promise on the eve of a climactic battle, e.g., when this war's over, I'm gonna get married.
これがシュタインズゲートの選択なのか。ヘルプさえ関係ない。
After the storm has passed,
うわー。
遅いな。
the sun has already set. The food lined up on the table, none of it looking particularly appetizing, has already grown cold. I open my phone to check the time. It's getting late. The high school girls will need to head back soon. Was Suzuha able to meet her father? If so, they might have a lot to talk about. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. There's only one word in Suzuha's email. Does that mean she didn't meet her father? And now she plans to leave town alone?
そんなことはこの法王院教魔が許さん。あいつは実験台なのだから。
I fly out of the lab. I don't know where Suzuha is. All I can do for now is go to the station. If she's going to leave town, she should be using public transportation. If she's using the Hibiya line on the other side of the station, then I've struck out. But if she's going to take the bullet train from Tokyo or Ueno, then she'll have to pass through here. I carefully scan the thinning crowd around Akiba Station. Where is she? After about 30 minutes of watching the crowd, I spot something. My gaze focuses on a person walking in from the main street. Ah. It's Suzuha, shuffling along with her head bowed. As she gets closer, I can see that she's wiping her eyes. Is she crying? I don't see anyone walking with her. I guess she couldn't find her father after all.
そこのバイト選手
Suzuha looks up in surprise. I see the tracks of tears on her face. Just as our eyes are about to meet, Suzuha looks away. And then she turns and runs out of the station.
待て
I give chase, ignoring the stares of passers-by. She's gone. Damn it. Where did she... Hold on a second. Why am I chasing her? Do I have some kind of urge to chase things that run away? That's stupid. I'm not a dog. Shouldn't I just leave her be? It's not like we're that close, right?
君ってさ、いいやつだね。なんかちょっとだけ楽になったかも。
But Suzuha is all alone in this town. What if I was the only one she could talk to about her father? I know she's hurting. She needs my help. Should I do everything in my power? Just now, I think I saw someone who looked like Suzuha. But the run from the station has left me exhausted. I drop to my knees, gasping for breath. My sides ache. I can't take another step. Even after searching the entire area around the station, I couldn't find Suzuha. I guess this, too, is the choice of Steins Gate. As I rest, I look up at the night sky. The satellite remains buried in Radhi Khan's wall. I wipe the sweat off my brow and head back to the lab. Ah.
おかり、すずさんには会えた？
Everyone's still there when I return.
もう遅いからみんな帰るんだ。
でも
結局どうなったのよ。
そうだ、一人で納得してんなよ。
鈴葉には逃げられた。どうやら父親には会えなかったようだ。
そっか。
A gloomy silence falls. I can see sadness on everyone's face. I begin to laugh.
岡部さん、どうしたんですか？大丈夫ですか？
走りすぎで脳に酸素が届いてないんじゃない？
おかり、決めっす。
いやお前たちがしょんぼりしているのが傑作でな。どいつもこいつも何をしょぼくれている。こんな時のために俺たちにはあれがあるではないか。
I thrust my finger at the curtain to the development room.
D メールを使うの？
でもさ、この時間じゃ電話レンジの放電現象は起きなくね？
起きないのならば明日送ればいい話だ。
D-mails leap through time. It matters not when we send it, but when it is received.
誰になんて送るの？
今日の昼間の俺自身へ。内容は
I smile triumphantly.
クリスティーナの脅迫に屈せず意地でもバイト選手を尾行せよ。
If I do that, there's no way I can fail. And then we can have Suza as a test subject. I suddenly hear the sound of rain. I look outside the window and see that the rain has started to fall. As Daru predicted, the discharge phenomenon does not occur. Looks like we'll have to wait until tomorrow. The rain grows stronger over time, eventually becoming a thunderstorm. Oop. It won't let me look at the mail. The next day, there isn't a cloud in the sky. It's hard to believe it rained all night. Now will you let me look? Yes. Daru, lol what? Check the news, Ocarine. The satellite up and disappeared. Oh noes, lol lol lol. Disappeared. They say the satellite disappeared. I wonder what happened. Did it fly away? It's like a magic trick. Well, good night. Okay, I mean, the instant first thought is Suzuha is a time traveler. The satellite is, in fact, a means of time travel. And she used that to leave. I mean, that's the initial thought you're supposed to have, right? I mean, I'm actually surprised I hadn't thought of that before. I'm sure quite a few people have actually thought of the idea that that satellite was actually a time machine this whole time. That's probably something I should have considered before now. But now that we've had this whole situation occur, that's what I'm thinking. Of course, we don't know that, but that's just the initial thought. Keep checking the Braun Tube workshop through the window, but the morning passes without any sign of Suzuha. She's probably long gone from Akiba by now. Probably in more ways than one. She doesn't know who she's dealing with. She is but a pawn in my game, destined to fight for me at Ragnarok. At the stroke of noon, I activate the phone wave named subject to change. The destination is my phone, yesterday, around 4 p.m. Don't listen to Chris, pursue Suzuha. The discharge phenomenon occurs as normal. The floor shakes violently. Squinting against the glare, I send the mail. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, we had another jump. This one was just yesterday, right? So, yesterday for around 4 p.m., so there shouldn't be huge differences. Which I can be thankful for. Let's just, let's keep going. Let's keep going for a while. My brain shakes violently. My vision flickers. As the vertigo passes, I can hear my heartbeat and feel the warm blood coursing through my body. Yeah, so I mentioned this an episode or two ago, or two ago. I can't recall exactly when. But it is interesting to me how every time we've done a change, we are still in the same position as we were since before the change, right? That seems weird to me. The idea that we would never change location when clearly we've had other characters and, well, certainly things like the IBN moved locations, but people too. And yet we are always exactly in the same place. Don't know what that means yet. As the vertigo passes, I can hear my heartbeat and feel the warm blood coursing through my body. I blink slowly. That was the sensation of reading Steiner activating. And so I know. Suzuha is ours. Do you know, though? Do you? I hurried down the stairs. Oh, there's a bike there. That's a good sign. I step outside and look at the front of the building. What belongs there has returned. A mountain bike polished to a shining finish. And on the bench next to it, looking up at the summer sky, is Amane Suzuha. Do we have the... Now, if we don't have the two messages from Daru and Mayuri. I'm curious if the satellite is still there. I think that'll be definitely a pretty big hint that Suzuha's is associated with the satellite and it being a time machine.
Ohayo, Baito Senshi.
Try to remain calm as I call out to her. Ooh, that was a weird pause there. Okay. So, what happened? So we pursued... This would have been... So this was earlier in the day, right? This is before we finished setting up for the party. And instead of going out to look for Suzuha, we went shopping with Kurisu, and that's where we ran into Daru. All that, right? So presumably now, instead of going with Kurisu, Okabe was able to escape her and went to find Suzuha. So, what happened after that? She greets me in her usual listless fashion.
サボり中か？
だって客来ないし。それに昨日は夜中まで上で騒いでたからさ。
Aha.
すっごく眠たいんだよね。
夜中まで騒いでいた？誰が？
岡部倫太郎さ、昨日お酒飲んでたっけ？酔っ払いだな。未成年なのにダメなんだぞ。
We have shifted from a world line where we failed to stop Suzuha from leaving to one where we succeeded. As a result, the events of yesterday changed.
俺たちは昨日の夜、お前が父親に会えなかったので実験台となってもらうための最後の晩餐を開いた。そうだな。
そうそう。昨日も君、そんなこと言ってた。昨日は私のために、サンキュー。
いまいちよく覚えてないんだが、俺は一体どうやってお前を確保した？
まさか本当に昨日お酒飲んでた？
いいから聞かせてくれ。
私がタイムマシンオフ会から帰ろうとしたら。
On your way home from the time machine meet? The same one Daru was going to?
ちょっと待て。タイムマシンオフ会？
うん。
It's the same offline meet that Daru was going to. Your dad was supposed to attend?
それが父親が現れるかもしれないという場所だったのか。
そうだって昨日説明したじゃん。
それで帰ろうとしたの？
いきなり君と橋田至、それに椎名真由里が現れて、私はラボに連行されました。めでたしめでたし。
So, my pursuit of Suzuha was a resounding success. I can't help but smile at how smoothly things went. Suzuha, meanwhile, looks back up at the clear blue sky.
昨日は楽しかったな。
Her tone was sincere.
マキセ・クリスさえいなければもっと楽しめたけどさ。あいつの作ったアップルパイ殺人的なまずさだったし。でも漆原ルカのカレーは極上だった。君たちのラボサークルみたいなものだっけ。ああいう場所ってさ、なんかいいね。みんな仲が良くていつも楽しそうで、あんなに心地いい時間は生まれて初めてだったよ。
It sounds like Suzu had a pretty dark childhood. Maybe she was bullied in school. Could that be related to her father's disappearance?
バイト選手よ、約束通りお前には実験台になってもらうぞ。
でもさ、この前も言ったけど、私父さんのメールアドレス知らないんだってば。
ならば実験はいずれ分かった時まで延期だ。ちなみに実験に用いる電話レンジカッコ仮は我がラボの最高機密事項のため外部に情報を漏らされないようお前にはラボ面になってもらう。
ラボ面？
ラボラトリーメンバーの略だ。このラボ面ナンバーを与えられた人間はすなわちラボの仲間となる。
いいの？
いやでもなってもらうぞ。お前は今日からラボ面ナンバー008だ。
Suzuha lowers her head, no doubt awed by my proclamation. I hear what sounds like a sniffle. Then she looks up, revealing a smile.
しょうがないからさ、実験台になってあげるよ。
まだ帰ったりしないよな。
もうちょっとだけ頑張って父さんを捜索してみる。
お前は今日からラボ面なのだ。何かあれば俺たちも手伝おう。ちなみに父親についての手がかりのようなものはないのか。
Suzuha hesitates a little. Then she stands up and turns to me. Her expression is grave.
私の父さんはタイターって名乗っている。
What?
タイターってあのタイターか。
知ってんの？もしかしたら今は違うコードネームを使ってるかもしれないんだけど。
I don't just know about him. He's been active on @channel for the past several weeks. I open the @channel thread on my phone and show it to Suzuha.
見ろ、ジョン・タイターという人物が書き込みをしているだろ。
Suzuha stares at the screen.
これで謎は解けた。お前の父親はチャンネルにいる。
ああ、本当だ。
What? That's it?
っておい、なんだその淡白なリアクションは。
いや、この人じゃないよ。
Oh.
なぜわかる？お前が今父親はタイターと名乗っていると言ったのだぞ。
私にはわかるの。とにかくこのタイターは父さんじゃない。
That's a strange way to put it. This Titor isn't my dad? Is that what you're saying? Is the weird way to put it? It's almost like she knows who's behind the John Titor. Is it her? As if to answer my suspicions, Suzuha continues.
ジョンじゃないんだよ。私の父さんが使っていた名前はバレル・タイターって言うんだ。
Barrel? Barrel Titor? Okay. Oh. Dogma in Event Horizon. Okay. Wow. Finished a chapter, huh? Barrel Titor, huh? Well, I don't know what to make of that. Well, regardless of whether or not Suzuha is a time traveler, it does seem like her trying to find her father and her reaction to it was pretty genuine. And so, you know, I gotta say, Okabe is still pretty far in the negative for me right now, but good on him for being willing to not just the whole throwing a party thing, but to rush out there, find her, and, you know, having the presence of mind to realize that she was going to need something like that in case things went wrong. So, okay, good on you, Okabe. Just please do not sexually assault any of your lab mems further in the future, please. That's all I'm going to ask. All right? I hope that's not too much of an ask. All right. In any case, I've been the Worm. This has been Steins Gate. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope to see you next time. I'm going to go collapse on my bed. Okay. See you next time. Bye-bye.